Hello, everybody. This isn't your average lecture. Welcome to the Uncensored College Playbook. I'm your host, Shantae. I'm here to spill the college tea, boost your college readiness, and drop all the best college hacks. And you're listening to episode 2 of College Conversations. In today's episode, you guys, I'm going to be telling you guys everything that I wish I knew before coming into college. Some of these tips that I'm about to teach you guys are things that I learned my last year, which is this year, or even just up to 2-3 weeks ago. I feel like college, even though it's not for everyone, for the ones that are going, it's another stepping stone in life. It's a new experience, and I feel like everyone should have someone to be able to explain to them and give them tips and hacks. And if you don't, that's what I'm here for. And even if you do, it's always good to get another listening ear as well as someone who gives advice. So let's get into this video. Oh, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and check out episode 0, where I introduce myself and give you a little bit of background about myself, as well as episode 1, where we read some of the confessions from different colleges. We do college confessions every Thursday, so Thirsty Thursday confessions, same time as Tuesday, 5:00 p.m. So make sure you guys tune into those. But let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about today is that you have way more freedom in college, and that can be a good thing as well as a bad thing. So I didn't come from like a very, 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 very strict family. Of course, we had rules and regulations. Like, of course, you had to be in the house at a certain time and do certain things, of course, at a certain age, and then you're on your own. For me, I was excited to kind of have that, like, oh my gosh, I'm out till 3 a.m. I'm out till 4 a.m. Like at 17, I just feel like you shouldn't be outside at 5 a.m. in the morning. Why are you outside at 5 a.m. in the morning? So for me, I never got to experience that. I'm thankful for that, even though I've seen other kids doing it, and I always wanted to indulge and like see what the nightlife was like. By the way, it's not fun. Yeah, I was excited to kind of have this sense of freedom and be able to explore the world on my own. But that's the thing. For some students who don't really, put their schoolwork before outside and things like that, it can be a trap. Even if you do, it still can be a trap. I found myself at times staying out till 3 a.m. and then coming back and then being 15 minutes late for my chem. Like, that's not good. Okay, so you want to prioritize yourself, because yes, it can be a trap, and then at the same time, that sense of freedom that I know a lot of you students are longing for, you're finally going to get it at college. You're going to be able to do whatever you want, go wherever you want, stay out as long as you can, and if your parents have your location, they're going to see that, and of course, they're going to be like, dang, I can't do anything about it. My kid's on campus, but that's the thing. Nobody's forcing you to go to class, do your homework, or study. So you're going to have a lot of freedom. Classes, when you go to college, sometimes attendance doesn't matter. Some teachers are going to say, hey, like, you don't have to be here, but make sure your homework gets done, or make sure you pass this class. Like, college is not like high school at all. There's a lot more leniency, and that's where you have to teach yourself discipline and structure. And I feel like, as I said in episode 1, there's that mindset shift. You have to shift your mindset. You're no longer in high school. You're now in college. Like, where the teachers are telling you and reminding you, you're going to have to be doing that yourself, Time management definitely does become harder, because, school, it's blocked out for you. In college, it's not. You could have time to go to the gym, play ball, go to the gym, hang out with your girls, and then go to class, and then do your clubs, and then forget to study. Like, you gotta time block. Time blocking is very important. We are gonna have future episodes on this. There's a lot that I want to teach you guys. But time management is definitely something that is gonna become a very fundamental part of college. So do whatever you have to do, buy whatever you have to buy in order to, manage your time properly. And then, procrastination, it's going to hit even harder in college. I'm not going to lie. I still procrastinate, and I do productive procrastination. That's where you do other things that are productive, like clean your room or read a book or, do your hair or do other things that you've been slacking out on, instead of doing the thing that you should be doing, like writing that 5-page essay, like studying. So it's like you're procrastinating, but you're still productive at the same time. You're going to find a lot of times where you're doing that to yourself, and it's going to hit hard. And you're going to realize, like, dang, I know I cleaned my room, but I still didn't write my paper. So time management is important. And build a routine, or else you really will feel lost. I didn't really have my routine down pat until, I want to say sophomore, junior year. It was different for me because I did commute starting junior year. So my last 2 years I commuted. In the first 2 years, I actually dormed on campus. So I got the best of both worlds. So I did have to build a routine depending on, what I was doing. So obviously my dorming routine wasn't the same as my commuting routine, but you still need a routine. So I found myself making a routine because it's just easier to stick to, and it holds yourself accountable. You hold yourself accountable, and once again, that time blocking, that time management just makes everything easier. So you will have a lot of more freedom, and there will be things that get in your way, but this is why time management is important. So number 2, your mental health matters more than your GPA. And, a lot of professors will probably think I'm crazy for saying this, but it actually does. If you're not functioning at the best that you can, you're not going to produce the best results that you can. So if you feel like you need to move things around in your schedule in order to make time for yourself, do that, because if you don't take care of you first, you're not going to be able to take care of anything else. If you think that, hey, this class, attendance doesn't matter, I'm doing good in this class, I don't feel well, my other class is stressing me out, I need to catch up, things are on the back burner, don't go to that class. And I'm just being honest with you. As a bio student as well as a public health major, did that switch, episode 0, I found myself being drained from bio, from chemistry constantly, and I would have to kind of make those sacrifices in other classes in order to excel well in chemistry, in bio, because I do want to be a dentist. I have to get those prerequisites done, So it's like I found myself kind of moving things around to make it better for me, So it's not, I don't want to encourage skipping classes. Definitely don't skip your classes, but if you find it and you find yourself in a dire position where you're really feeling at your lowest, which you will, I hope not, but you will have those days, do what you need to do. If you need to go home for the weekend and not go back to your class on Monday, do what you need to do in order to put you first, feel your best, so that way you can, that can translate over in your work as well. So your mental health definitely does matter more than your GPA. Your girl's still graduating with a high GPA, and your girl still missed a couple classes, okay? So burnout is real. Avoiding burnout, we'll have a whole episode on that. It took me some time to learn that, but burnout is real, y'all. It's very real, and it will creep up on you. And you'll feel like you're being productive, and then one day you're just wake up and you're like, I'm tired. So make sure you put yourself first. You do self-care first. And yeah, your campuses, they have mental health resources. Don't be scared to use them. I found myself using it. I found myself going to Five Below to buy paint and to buy things and do things that I like in my dorm room that I would normally do at home in my room, so that way it could bring me a sense of peace, So you kind of have to make things work, which sucks, but you have to do what you have to do to get yourself in that right space of mind. Your campus has resources. Don't be afraid to use those resources and reach out to them. When they say they keep everything confidential, they do. My school, I was lucky enough to have a school that gave us things like coloring and things that are known to ease the mind, and I would stop by and I would pick them up, because after a long day, sometimes a girl wanted to do was just put her headphones on and color, relieve some stress. That's the most I could do. I already went to the gym, I already did everything, I'm still tense, what else can I do? Stopped by and I used their resources. So don't feel like you're gonna be an outcast if you use the resources, okay? That's not what that is, okay? And you don't have to be perfect in order to succeed. My college path, as well as everyone else's college path, is different from the next. I have a friend, we both switched from bio to public health together, and her path is different from mine, and mine's different from her. Our college experiences were totally different, but that's what makes college, okay? So you don't have to be perfect in order to succeed. Number 3, one of my favorites, is office hours and talking to the professor is a cheat code. They're literally telling you, come to my office hours. Use the office hours. I cannot stress this enough. Use the office hours. That's how you build relationships with your professors. That's time for you to build that relationship, because no matter what your major is, you need to be able to have someone who can write you a letter of recommendation, someone who knows your strengths, someone who knows your weaknesses, someone who has seen you grow. So definitely go to office hours, utilize them, get the extra practice in. You will see how much it helps you in the long run. And you have to understand, for some people, some content just makes more sense for them. Like for some people, chemistry is just like water to them. They understand it. Whereas for me, it's a little bit harder. But if you give me bio, it's like water for me. But for someone else, it's like sign language. They don't understand it, you know? So it's just different. But that's, I said that because don't compare. Just simply don't compare. Comparison is the thief of joy. So never compare your college journey or classes or anything like that in any aspect to anyone else, because it will take your joy. So don't compare. But definitely utilize those resources. Utilize all resources that your college gives you, because you're going to look back in 4 years like, dang, I didn't. So office hours can save you a lot. It shows your teacher that you are, you want it. And teachers like that. And sometimes some teachers will even boost your grade because of it. They will see like, oh, wow, this student has a 89. Let me just bump her up to a 91. Like, she's been here, she's been working. So definitely use office hours and communicate with your professors. They like that. Your professors don't like to be left in the dust. If you're having issues at home and you can't do this or you can't do that, some professors are mean. They don't care. It is what it is. This is life. It's going to happen. You're still getting a 0. Some teachers appreciate you coming out your way, letting them know. You don't have to tell them, oh my gosh, my car got ran over, da-da-da-da. If you feel like it'll help based on the type of professor that they are, definitely do that. If you feel like it's not going to do jack crap, you don't have to go into details, but communicate. Communication is key, especially in college. So, work on your communication skills. Because even if it's for a presentation, talking with your friends, your professor, communication is definitely a big part of that. And you want to be able to communicate with your professors very well. Okay? Number 4, you don't need to have it all figured out. And I can't stress this enough. As you guys know, once again, I switched my major. At the time, I didn't even really think public health was an option for me. I didn't have it figured out. And even going through all the years, even up to a senior, I still felt like I never had it figured out. Having a plan is one thing, but just because you have a plan doesn't mean you have it all figured out, okay? So it's okay to change your major or not know what your career path is. That's what college is for. If you do want to change your major, I recommend doing it before sophomore year or towards the end of sophomore year, because you are going to have to, the classes that you took for your one major might not transfer over for the next, and you don't want to it's okay to not graduate on time in your designated year, but for me, that was a big thing. I was like, I want to graduate on time. I busted my behind. I did summer classes. I did everything to make sure that I graduated my year. Even if you don't, that's fine. Like my one homegirl I was telling you guys about, she's graduating next fall. And that's okay. Everyone's journey is different. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. So once again, don't compare. And you don't need to have it all figured out. And your professors are sometimes more chill than high school teachers if you show effort. So that goes back to number 3, which was just communicating with your professors, going to their office hours, showing that you respect them. They will definitely show you that they respect you as well. Okay? Number 5, not episode. I said episode. I'm crying. Number 5. Give me a second. Okay, so number 5 is everyone feels alone at first, even if they don't show it, and that is a fact. So I used to walk on campus. This is why it's important to watch episode 0 so you can learn a little bit more about me. I don't want to go into all of it again, but if you watch episode 0, you know what it was like for me in college and why my first 2 years dorming weren't really it for me. So I felt alone for my own personal reasons. Don't go through a breakup before you go to college. But don't compare. And it's also normal to struggle with friendships and fitting in at first. Remember, everyone is integrating from all different parts of the world, all different parts of the state that your college is in, and everyone is on that same new stepping stone of life as you are. So everyone is still trying to figure it out. Also, some people, might have been friends with the person you see them walking with from high school. So, they didn't even really make a new friend. It's just someone that they already knew. So just don't ever feel like you're alone. And I'm more of an extroverted person, so it's more easier for me to go up to someone and say, hey, do you want to eat lunch? Do you want to go do this? Or, oh, nice meeting you. Do you want to do this after class? If you're someone who's more introverted, I would say go to clubs, do things so you could find people who are more in your niche. But also try to step out of that, because as I gotten older, I feel like I'm more of an introverted extrovert. So on the outside, when I first meet you, it'll seem like I'm an introvert, but once I get to open up, I'm extroverted. So just try to step into your extrovert shoes and like try to make new friends, and that's gonna be a whole nother episode in itself. But everyone feels alone at first, and you are not alone at all. Okay. Number 6, you'll need to advocate for yourself. And this is so funny because my mom was just telling my brother, like, this isn't high school anymore. This is college. Like, you're going to have to jump in that water. Imagine you're a little fish in a pool full of sharks. Like, that's what it is. There's no, oh my gosh, my teacher gave me a B. Like, my teacher gave me a C on this paper. I'm going to have to suck it up. No. Like, no funny. Like, I just had to email one of my professors, like, excuse me, why do I have a 40 out of 100 on this? And come to find out, it was my mistake. But because I communicated, he said, add in the extra 4 annotations, because we usually do 2 annotations. And this one week, it was 6 because it was a longer thing. And I didn't realize that it was 6 just because, you're kind of in that robot mode. So I just read it, put 2 annotations. But I didn't realize till I'm checking my grades at the end of the year, like, oh my gosh, 40 out of 100, what? So I reached out to him. He let me know, like, hey, you only did 2. It's actually 6. But if you fix that, I'll go ahead and change that for you. No problem. See, communication with your professors, but also advocating for yourself. Because with that same professor, I actually did have an assignment where you had to add speaker notes. I put my speaker notes bright and clear in daylight. I guess he didn't see it or something. He gave me a B plus, and he said, like, hey, your speaker notes weren't in here. I was like, sir, my speaker notes are right there. Like, double check it again. And sometimes everyone makes mistakes, so I wasn't mad at him. Also, communication, you got to know how to send an email. We'll talk about that in another episode, but communication matters. And I reached out to him. He changed my grade, and it went from an 85 to 100. So this is why you need to advocate for yourself in all aspects. If someone's talking to you the wrong way, still advocate for yourself. If you see opportunity that you feel like you're the best fit for, advocate for yourself. This is what college is all about, making connections, and putting yourself at the forefront, not anybody else, just putting you at the forefront. So number 7, one of my favorites is your high school identity literally does not define you at all. So let's say you had a bad run in high school. This is college. Think of it as a clean slate. Like, think about if you got fired from one job and you're going to another job, or you had problems with a coworker at one job and now you found another job. It's a clean slate. So don't think about your high school past. Don't bring your high school past with you to college. This is the chance for you to reinvent yourself. Luckily, I didn't really want to do too much reinventing for myself, but I've met people who've told me about their high school past, and you wouldn't even thought that that's the kind of person that they were based on how they presented themselves to me in college. So I was actually pretty shook, but that's what I'm saying. Like, don't let your past define you. This is a new opportunity at school, a new opportunity at making friends. If you didn't have friends in high school, get some friends in college. Like, this is time for you to step out your comfort zone, find new interest, and just build yourself into the adult that you into the adult that you want to be. Okay, you guys? So your past identity, your past school's identity do not define you. So step into that new box and get jiggy. 1, 2 step in and get jiggy. All right. Episode number 8, networking starts sooner than you think. And this is true. Your girl still don't have her LinkedIn set up. Okay, but your networking starts from your first set of classes, to the people you're sitting next to your teachers, letter of recommendations. No matter your profession, no matter your major, guys, you have to remember that you're going to need a professor or someone at some point to be able to vouch for you. So you need to start networking. If you're a quiet person, get out of that. Like, it's okay to be timid, but like here, you have to make those connections. What one person might know is something that you might need. What one teacher might know is something that they probably told another student, but because you haven't developed that professional relationship or that professor to student relationship, they might not tell you. Okay, or what they might tell that student who shows the effort might not be what they show you, just because you're breezing by, you're doing good. Like, your networking starts from the very first day that you set foot on that campus. I know some campuses have like bridge to success or like summer success, where you come in like a month before everyone else moves in and you get acclimated. You need to network. You need to make new friends. Ask people what's their major. That's a question I've seen a lot going through college. Like, oh, the first thing they do is, hi, what's your name? What's your major? Like, people want to know because they want to connect with you. Oh, you're public health? I'm public health. Oh my gosh, did you know that we're having a public health professional development tomorrow? Like, you should come. Like, that's how it goes, you know? So your networking starts as soon as you step foot on that campus. You don't need to know people, just talk to people, okay? And you will meet people who have bad attitudes, who are just like the worst people to talk to, but that's life. Some people are just stuck in their old mindset. They didn't make that shift, and that's okay. Don't let one rotten apple knock the rest of your experience, okay? So, yeah. Literally, just keep your head up and keep going, okay? And make use of your LinkedIn, your campus events, and career centers. This is correct. I was silly. I didn't keep up to date with my LinkedIn. I didn't really get in touch with LinkedIn until junior year. So now my LinkedIn is up and popping. Connect with me on LinkedIn, you guys. But you definitely want to make your LinkedIn. That's where you store those connections. So if you connect, say, hey, add me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like the college... How do I say it? LinkedIn is like the college Instagram. LinkedIn is like the college Tinder. LinkedIn is like the college Hinge. Like, be for real. That's where you connect. So make use of that. Definitely step foot onto the campus events. I used to think like, oh my gosh, these campus events are so whack. Like, why do I need to go? No. I also thought they were whack because I didn't have friends at the time. Episode 0. But no, like, go out, connect, do what you need to do, and have fun, you know? Put yourself out there, okay? Put yourself out there because someone's either going to gravitate to you or you'll gravitate to the correct crowd that you need to. But yeah, we'll have a whole nother episode on making friends because that is a big thing. And I know a lot of you have asked me over on TikTok, like, how do I navigate through that? Number 9 is community college and transfers are not a step back. So before I actually made the decision to go to Montclair State University for 4 years, Hawk forever, I actually wanted to go to a community college for 2 years and then transfer over in. But I was just like, let me just go to the university because I thought, like, that's too much work. No, guys, it's not too much work at all. If you do what you're supposed to do and you stay organized and disciplined, it'll be a breeze. I've met people who have transferred between 2-3 different schools, have had no problem with credits, have had no problem with money, had no problem with financial aid, which they will be guests on here. So you'll get to hear that experience if you are interested in doing a transfer later on in your college career, or if you're a junior or sophomore right now watching and you are interested in doing a transfer. So you'll be able to hear and get that experience. But transfers are not bad at all. If you start at community college or transfer, that doesn't even make you any less. I've had siblings that graduated from 4 years from community colleges. You save a lot more money from community colleges. You get the same amount of education. And yeah, so don't think that makes you any less. And it is often the smartest financial move if you don't have enough money, or, you know, we'll talk about debt in college later on, but that's also a big thing. I'm lucky enough to have been in the health careers program, HCP, also EOF at one point. So I'm not walking away in a big lump sum, but it's there. And any amount of debt is still debt, so it's there. But community college would have definitely saved a few dollars, but I'm so grateful for my journey. Wouldn't have wanted it any other way. So yeah, and your degree is where you finish, not where you start. So just make sure you go to college. Make sure it's where you finish, not where you start. So if you start at MSU and you go somewhere else, that's fine. It's about how you got your education and how you finish it out. And last but not least is that it's okay to outgrow people. So if you have made friends freshman year and they're just not your type anymore because, you know, you are reinventing yourself, you are finding yourself, you're now on your own, you're not with your parents, you're not in those confined boxes, those confined spaces that you kind of like molded yourself into to kind of appear a certain way. You no longer have those boxes. So now everything's in your control. So if you do outgrow people, that is okay. I've made some friends and I've had to let them go because we just don't align. So my one thing, even though we're not in that episode now, is just to find people that align with you and your goals, because those are more where you're more likely to not where, but it's how the people that you surround yourself with just tell a lot about yourself. And even if you're a good apple, you have one good apple around 5 rotten apples, those apples are going to ruin the good apples. So just find your community, find your space, and find good friends that can help you get through college, because that, people take relationships to heart. I'm one of those people, and it will affect me. It will have you in a slump. So that's why you want to find people who align with you. If you know you like cars and you like to do your hair and you like to do your nails and you like to do basketball, find people who do those things. Find people who like to do what you like to do. Don't find people who like to do other things and then conform yourself. No, it's okay to find friends, have interests, know about each other's differences, and then try each other's, try what this person likes, try what this person likes, but make friends based on common ground, okay? As well as personality, of course. Don't just not be friends with someone. Like, don't just vibe with someone, be like, oh, they're cool, let me ask them to be my friend, and then find out, oh, they're not a public health major, oh, they don't like what I like, we're not going to be friends. That's fine. Down the line, as you get to know more, then you'll know, hey, should I separate myself? Should I not? Like, what do I do? So that comes with time, but it is okay to outgrow people. Don't think just because you're friends in April that you still have to be friends in May. It's not how it works. Don't be scared to outgrow people. I outgrow people every day. So it's a-okay. And that's just life. So yeah, those are my 10 tips that I really think are important that I wish I knew before going into college. Just kind of like a basic overview, not really specific tips because those will be given in other episodes, but these are just some things that I wish I knew that could have eased my mind as a freshman going into college. Even if you're still in college right now, this is the point of this whole podcast. It's for you to understand these things. So even if you're a junior or senior right now or sophomore, like, these tips can still be applied. Some of these tips that I'm telling you right now, I didn't even apply to my own life until what can I say? I didn't even apply to my life until about when? Junior, senior, sophomore year. So, and it's weird, some of these tips I didn't even apply until my commuting years, which is weird because it's like, you're dorming, you're in this every day, you should know this, but no, through those years is where I've developed these senses. So you're going to learn a lot about yourself, you're really going to discover yourself, you're really going to tap into your hobbies more as well, now that, not necessarily that you have the time, but you kind of have that, like, creative space, you're not being conformed into those boxes. So just have fun with it. Everyone's college experience is different, so definitely don't compare. Make sure, if you guys haven't already, tap into the other 2 podcast episodes. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Turn on post notifications so that way you'll get notified every time your girl drops another gem, as well as Thirsty Thursday confessions. Make sure you guys tap in Instagram college confessions. Oh my gosh, Instagram college conversations. Everything will be down below, both on Spotify and YouTube. We are on all platforms. Check us out on TikTok. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much. I'm your host, Shantae. Thank you for listening to episode 2 of College Conversations. And I'm looking forward to see you guys every Tuesday and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Ciao.